Okay, so we're going to be looking at how to add a email address to your domain using the cPanel control interface for your web host. If you don't use cPanel, you'll need to find a video for your specific web host control panel, but in this case, we are using cPanel. And the way to access that is to enter your domain name / and then the word cPanel. So we're going to do that for an existing domain that I have. So here you can see we have the domain name / cPanel, and that's going to bring us to our login form. And then we're going to enter in your username and password as required and as provided by your web host provider. I'm going to click login, and that's going to bring us to our main cPanel control interface, control website really. And you can see there's a number of different options of things that you have access to in regards to managing your web hosting environment. We are going to be specifically looking into the email section here, and today we're looking specifically to the email accounts. And this is the icon we click in order to add new email addresses, update, or remove email addresses that are no longer valid or no longer used. But today, specifically in the beginning, it's going to be creating a new one. So we're going to click here. This is going to open up at the top our form for adding a new email address. And then below that, you see a listing of existing email addresses. Every email address needs to be of a specific format. You can have somebody's name with a dot. You can have underscores. And I believe you can have hyphen in the name, but you cannot put spaces in the name. If you put a space in, it's going to tell you right here that's not a valid email address. For you use characters that aren't allowed, commas, quotes, brackets, numbers are allowed, but usually other than underscores and dashes and dots, you can't use those other special characters. Numbers are okay, letters are okay, the dot is okay, underscore, dash, and then of course all your alphanumeric characters as well. So okay, we're just going to do a simple one. We're going to do information. We're going to create a password. There is a password generator. If you like really strong passwords for security, you can use the generated passwords. In this case, as you type your password, so say you do something, you've got to type it twice, and you can see right here, it's giving me a warning. The password must be at least 20, strength of at least 25. So it doesn't like this password. So I'm going to do just something a little bit more complex. So here they consider it very strong, 98 out of 100. I've used numbers, uppercase letters, lowercase letters. It's very important if you want a strong password that's hard to for people to guess. You want to use lowercase, uppercase numbers, and even special characters are really helpful in creating a strong password. The next thing you need to do is set the mailbox quota, and this is how much information it can hold when someone sends you an email. So if you expect to get a lot of large attachments, then you need to have more space in your inbox for this email address. In this case, an information email is going to mainly receive requests and questions and things like that. So it's going to make it a lot smaller. And so we're going to just make it to 25 megabytes in size. And then we lastly click create account. It's going to do that. It says our account has been created. It's added it to our list down here, information. And of course, now we need to know, well, how do we configure an email client like Outlook or Thunderbird? You click on the More tab over here, and we have the option to configure email client. They have a number of scripts that you can run, but the best option if you are looking to set up your email client is to use the information that's provided here in the gray box. If you're not using SSL, which is secure socket layer, Then you can use just over here on the right, but I would definitely suggest using the settings in the gray box. Use SSL. It's not the most secure, but it's definitely more secure for your email exchanging information with the email server and your email client. If you like to use IMAP and leave all your email on the server, you can use the IMAP port and IMAP protocol when you're setting up. In most cases, you would use a POP3 and use the POP3 port of 995. You'd set up an SMTP port for 465, and of course, you need to authenticate when you are accessing your email as POP3, IMAP, and SMTP. So in this case, you are using your domain email server to send and receive email. So you need to either go into your advanced options or additional settings, and under sending email, make sure that it says that you need to authenticate. Enter your email address again and your email address password that you just created. So it uses those same information to send and to receive your email. So hope that was helpful and getting you started in creating emails for your domain.